Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go! Queejibo.
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we take whatever artist or band we're doing and we take all of their records, we rank them from worst to best. We also give our biggest banger from each of those records, and we try to have a good time doing that. But before we do that, we do our 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge. Go to Apple Podcasts, go rate, review, and subscribe to us on there. Follow us on social media at Asinine Radio. We have a phone number you can call, leave us a voicemail, send us a text. The phone number is 503-893-5307. So get into that. We have a Discord server if you want to join that. Hit us up, we'll send you the link. And if you didn't already know, my name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. And let's just jump right into our 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge. What do you got? Go.
I didn't do one because
I know I didn't do it either.
Oh,
I forgot.
Not that I forgot. It was just this band's a little too close.
Yeah, they're really close. Yeah, and we only had like 3 days to get through everything because we did our Britney Spears episode so late last week. So
yeah,
there's that as well. So
yeah,
no 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge this week.
Yeah.
Now let's just jump into the rankings. Let's start with what we're doing is. What we're going to do is we're going to do their 6 main records plus the one compilation, Have Another Ball, as well as the live record, which is our album of the week, Ruin Johnny's Bar Mitzvah. So 8 in all. And let's just jump right into our number 8 with our biggest banger. So what do you got, Jeff? Go.
So it's not a bad record. This is at least a 2. Let me just say that. I think all of the records are at least a 2. But I Have a Ball, their first one. This was their first, I guess, album, their first comp. All their albums are comp albums, with the exception of one comp of a comp. But Have a Ball, this is their first one, 1997. My biggest complaint here, I guess, is it's just straightforward, like punk covers. It's exactly what you'd expect from punk covers. But knowing how much they will improve after this, that's why it's so low, because I don't know, like if NoFX did one-off cover, it would sound like this. If like Swingin' Utters did a one-off cover, it would sound like this. But for a cover punk band, this is fine. It's really good, but they get so much better. Yeah. With that said, I like Sweet Caroline. The song itself relies so heavily on that build-up to the bump, bump, bump part, and they do that build-up and release so damn well. And they also add their little punk flair, the down, 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 and the guitars. Like Sweet Caroline is one of those songs that nobody gives a shit about the song. We literally only want the release. That is all we want. Yeah. And we don't even care about it. We just want to yell the bump, bump, bump part.
It's true.
And Me First and the Gimme Gimmes did it justice. They did it really, really well. They kept that original feeling but punked it up. And then it's just a straightforward, fantastic punk cover.
All right, so Have a Ball is your number 8. My number 8 is also Have a Ball, their first record. And I agree with you almost. I actually agree with you 100%. It's not bad. There's nothing that Me First has done that's below a 2 out of our famous 3-point rating system where 3 is a perfect album. 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to. 1 is a bad album, give it a shot, and 0 is just a trash fire. So this sits at a 2, nothing below a 2, and it's straightforward. There's nothing wrong with it, but the songs kind of just go along with one another. And another thing with this album is I feel like the song choices that they chose to cover weren't that great. Outside of Sweet Caroline and Rocket Man, which is my favorite, Rocket Man I think is the best one on here. Outside of those two, all the other ones are pretty forgettable songs.
Yeah, from
the original artist. So I feel that's kind of where I'm going with all my rankings of this record are how good are the originals compared to one another. Like that's where I'm going with this. Otherwise, I think pretty much all the records sound generally the same. Outside of this one,
Yes,
which
I
is
think
just straightforward punk.
after this one, they are a better band, a lot more nuanced band.
Mm-hmm. Seem like they're having a little bit more fun after this record.
Yeah.
So, what do you got for number 7?
Are we not men? We are Devo. We are Diva.
Diva.
This is their I guess their last thing before the other comp that they put out. This was 2014. The only reason why this is here is because I don't care about these songs all that much. I like that it's very ambitious and that they're trying to punk up some of these songs performed by divas. But I don't know. I don't really care about these songs that much. So it was hard for me to really get into and really get behind and sing them in my car, because half of these songs I just don't like by the original singer. And then the other half I could do without. Like the only one, and really like my favorite song here is I Will Always Love You. And I don't even really like the original, and I don't really like their cover of it either. I just kind of put it there because it's really cool how they changed that song so much. I actually really don't like that original song.
The Whitney Houston one?
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I don't know, it bothers me. But I don't know. Are we not men? We are Diva. This is only above Have a Ball because they are better musicians now. They work together better than they did on Have a Ball. But I think Have a Ball is better kind of overall.
Okay.
But I don't know. These two are kind of, I don't have a lot to say about them. Yeah.
All right.
I would never buy them. Best cover art, though. As far as cover art goes,
the cover is really funny. Yeah.
Are We Not Men? We Are Diva. That's the best cover art. I think it's Spike that's dressed like as a red dressed Marilyn Monroe, and it's just really funny.
Yeah. Funny that it's not Mike, who is a cross-dresser.
Oh, you got to have Spike. Spike's the leader. This is a band. This is a goofy band.
That's true. It's true. Okay, so my number 7 is Have Another Ball, which is a compilation of their EPs prior to their first record. This one could really be interchangeable between the first record. I just don't think it's just straightforward punk music. And I mean, just it goes along with Have a Ball, and they're just the same thing, really. If I had to choose a song, it would be Only the Good Die Young, just because that chorus is super catchy, both in the original and this version. But otherwise, yeah, it's a good comp. I wouldn't get it on vinyl, but that's really all I got to say about it, because we already talked about Have a Ball. So that's my number 7. So what do you got for number 6?
Number 6 is Have Another Ball. This is like the comp of a comp thing. There's some really good stuffs in here, but it's mixed with some really early stuffs they did when they were still working on their sound. And so you get kind of like a different band that's growing and getting better, but then you also get a band that's like on the top of their game. But it's fine. But Country Roads is my favorite one here. Spike sings it so annoying on album, but when you hear him sing it live, and I was watching a lot of videos of them doing various songs live. God, he purposely makes it so fucking annoying, and it's so funny. He's so obnoxious. I never realized like how hard he tries to be obnoxious, and it is a lot. And just our album of the week, you can hear him be obnoxious and the band obnoxious. But my God, when they're doing their stuff live, it's just the way he sings is so annoying. And then you can see like the other guys in the band like smart, like look at him and smirk and just shake their head and then walk off to a different part of the stage because he's so annoying.
I love it.
So good.
Oh man. Okay, so my number 6 is Love Their Country, their 5th record. I don't think a lot of the songs they pulled from, I just don't care for them or I don't know them. And it's a whatever album. I don't think I would ever, I'd go back to it, but there's nothing that stands out except for Ghost Riders in the Sky, because that original song is just too fucking good. And they did a really good version of it. I think it's one of the faster songs on the record in comparison with everything else. And it's just a solid song. But outside of that, like Goodbye Earl, I understand it's a really dumb song, but really dumb Dixie Chicks song, but it just was whatever.
Chicks.
It's just the Chicks now. You're right. I stand corrected.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, love their country. Love thy country. Love their country. whatever. It's cool. It's fine. It's a 2. I would not get this on vinyl. And I'm surprised this one is as high as it is for you. That's weird. I thought you would not really like this one.
Love Their Country?
Yeah. That's my number 6. It's probably your number 5, though. I would hope so. What do you got for 5?
Blowin' the Wind. Blowin' the Wind is number 5 for me. Mostly because I think this is kind of like a redo of Have a Ball. It's kind of like a them redoing the same type of songs, but in the new formed, more refined Gimme Gimme manner. And I think this is the first. So this came out right after their Turn Japanese EP, and that EP that had other songs on there too that are very much like this. But that was like their turning point in becoming a real nuanced band that took this stuff very seriously and were a better band for it. You know what I mean? But Blow in the Wind,
I get it.
It's good. I just thought it was very similar. And again, I don't think this is a bad record. I don't think I would buy this unless it was really, really cheap. But
okay, that's fair.
It was fine. My Boyfriend's Back. I think that's such a banger of a song to begin with.
It is. That's a great song.
But when they punk it up, it's so funny. And the way he yells like my boyfriends and then back and just yells at the very end. I think it's so funny.
It's really good. It's
good stuffs. It's good stuffs.
All right, so your number 5. My number 5 is Ara Drag, their second record. And this album it's obviously a little bit more varied stylistically than Have a Ball, which is nice. It was because I was a little actually kind of bored after Have a Ball, but this one kind of pumped me up a little bit. I don't think it's like fantastic. It's just fun, just straight up fun, and that's really what this band is, and that's all they really go for is just to have a good time. I really like the cover of Summertime. I think it's really kind of cool how they start off kind of surf sounding, a little bit slower, and then halfway through, it just blows into the fast punk stuff. But it's a really good song. It's a good record. Another one that I wouldn't get on the vinyls, but really honestly, there's only 2 records I would get on the vinyls. My top 2 are the only 2 I would get on the vinyl. But Our Drag is still really good. What do you have on vinyl now? I don't even remember.
We'll get there.
So we haven't even got to your vinyl yet?
Yeah, don't jump ahead.
All right.
Don't jump ahead.
So Ara Drag, there you go. That's my number 5.
What do you got for number? Do you have a favorite song?
Yeah, Summertime. Yeah, Summertime.
That's right.
That's my fave.
Okay.
So what do you got for number 4?
Love Their Country.
Okay.
Love Their Country. This is full of country bangers. They do a little bit too much of the country sound sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like I get it. Like I know all of these songs, and I really like all of these songs. And so when they country them up, it's kind of just like, okay, I know they're country songs. Like you don't have to remind me that they're country songs every single song.
Yeah.
So for that, it's a little bit irritating. But I think overall, like, this is just fucking fantastic. I think it's so goddamn good. Desperado is my favorite song from this album. That's a top 3 Gimme song, too. That was one of the first Gimme songs that I kind of got into, besides I'll Be There. But I even read, too, Fat Mike was doing an interview, and he said that someone from the Eagles management called up Me First in the Gimme Gimmes at some point after this came out, and told them that that the guys from the Eagles thought this was the worst rendition that they had ever heard.
I love that so much.
And I don't know. It's so fucking good. Funny. It sounds so fake, but I love it so much.
I want to believe it's true. It has to be true.
But God, do you like just? It's unbelievable. And I really like John Denver, and they do Annie's song by John Denver, which is a pretty short song anyway. But then they do it in like half the time, because the song itself is like 3 minutes, and they do it in like a minute and a half. And then they add their own verse to it, which is something they don't do very often. They add their own verse to it. And my God, like the Hank Williams song, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, is just such a banger of a song. And I think they do it just really goddamn well.
They do. And that's one thing I like about the Gimmes is that their records are like no more than 32 minutes long. They're always short, to the point. and it doesn't drag on like, last week we did Britney Spears, and dude, her records are 45 minutes to 57, like almost an hour.
An
they're
hour,
just long
Britney
fucking
Spears,
records.
ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's nice. It was nice to get through these like really quick, and it was just fun. It was a fun week, honestly. But good. Love Their Country is your number 4, but you don't like Ghostwriters? It's not a banger for you.
Oh no, I think all of these songs are bangers. I love Ghost Riders because it's so fast, and that's another one that's like a minute and a half, and it's so fast. Yeah. And Dave Ron sometimes on the drums, he plays just that beat that we'll hear later on that he fucks up on during the live show, and he plays that same beat, and it's so fast. I don't think the other guys even know what to do with it, and that's what Ghost Riders in the Sky is. He plays so fast, like the guys just like, I guess we'll just start now, and they all come in together.
All right, so my number 4 is Take a Break, their 4th record. This one could be really interchangeable with my number 3. They just go back and forth. I don't think there's much difference stylistically between my 4 and 3, and I think what it comes down to, I don't know. Just they're both the same. Just straightforward, what you would expect from the Gimmes, and just the original songs that they're covering are a little bit more wacky. I feel like as you kind of progress through their career, you kind of get them pulling songs that are just more outlandish and more different from punk, and I feel like it makes the albums more exciting. I don't know, just kind of keeping it out of theme as well, because Love Their Country is just, you can only choose country songs, and that's kind of boring. So
yeah.
I don't know. Shit. Oh, there's a fucking firework. Did you hear that?
No. Was it a good firework or like a Piccolo Pete?
Big one. Well, no, it sounded like an initial explosion, like something actually exploded, and then the firework came like 3 seconds later.
Huh?
Fuck, that was really loud. That like made the windows vibrate.
Ooh.
All these alarms are going off outside too. Fucking shit, dude. That was a loud one. Wow. Okay. So yeah, number 4, Take a Break. Sorry about that. That was very weird. But Take a Break. My favorite song is Hello. Lionel Richie.
Hello.
And
hello.
Yeah, this is just a really fun cover. I mean, all the songs were good on this one. I have nothing. It's hard for me with the Gimmes because they just do so much of the same. It's hard to really differentiate between the albums. Really is, except for the top 2 for me. But yeah, that's why I don't have a lot to say on these records, because they're all kind of the same.
Yeah.
Nothing perfect, but nothing bad at all.
Ooh, I wouldn't say nothing's perfect.
Well, actually, we'll see.
Nobody's perfect.
So, what's your number 3?
So number 3 is when I get into what I would pick up on, or if I already have it on the vinyls. Number 3 for me is R.A. Drag. This is their second release, and this was a major step like in their development, because this is so ambitious, because show tunes are usually very nuanced in themselves just for the sake of just being fucking obnoxiously nuanced. And punk music is not nuanced. And so for them to tackle show tunes on their second attempt was a pretty ballsy move. And they slayed it. They killed it. They did such a good fucking job. And it was amazing, because these songs like Summertime, like Over the Rainbow, like Phantom of the Opera, these songs that are so ingrained in our culture that if anybody messes with them and it doesn't just sound perfect, then they're just going to get shit all over. And they did such a fantastic job on all of these songs. And I love show tunes. And I like these songs are just, I love musicals. I love plays. I like listening to all of these, and I don't know. I really love this a lot. My favorite is Cabaret.
All right.
This is also probably a top 3 Gimme song for me.
Wow.
I just love how cool this song plays out. I like how it only gives us like 30 solid seconds of just fast punk relief. The entire time it's just that swinging bassline cabaret part, and then it finally gets into that aggressive, what we know as like punk music from the Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. And I really like the Liza Minnelli version of Cabaret. I like the play. I like the musical, I guess. I like it.
Hey, you weirdly like musicals.
I did, because they're just they're so good. They're just so good. But I mean, there's some other bangers on here too. Like I Sing the Body Electric. This is now when we're hearing Spike actually sing. When he's singing, when he says, I sing the body electric, there's a lot of fluctuation in his voice. And it's kind of just the bass part and Spike finally like coming together. And like, holy shit, this guy's not just a bass player from fucking Swingin' Utters who sings backup vocals sometimes. This is a front man for a really good cover band, if not the greatest cover band on earth. So
I mean, you can argue that they are the greatest cover band of all time. You can really make that argument.
Our Drag is my number 3, and this is one that I want to get on the vinyls.
So you don't. Then what do you have on the vinyl?
I do not have Aura Drag on the vinyls. My top 2 I have on the vinyls.
And that's it? Just the top 2?
That's it.
Okay. All right. So my number 3, we're on 3, right? Yeah, we're 3. Mm-hmm. Is Blow in the Wind, third record. This one just has good songs. That's really what this one comes down to. It's not that much different than what you would expect. It's just better songs like Sloop John B. Blowing in the Wind itself is a good song. Eleanor is another good one, but my favorite is My Boyfriend's Back. That is easily the best one. That's Top Gimmes right here. Top Gimmes song is My Boyfriend's Back. It just that chorus in general is just beyond catchy. It's beyond catchy, man. You can't fuck with that one. So that's really what I got. Like I said, not much different than what you would expect from the Gimmes post their first record, and it's good stuff. Blow in the Wind, but it could easily be interchangeable with Take a Break. They're kind of the same thing for me. So
okay, all right.
So that's my 3. So what do you got for number 2?
Number 2 is Take a Break. This is
right.
I have this on the vinyls. This is the one of the 2 that I have on the vinyls. And this was also adventurous. This was tackling some of these deep, like soulful cuts. Mm-hmm. And they do them well because now, as we saw from like Aura Drag, Spike can carry a tune. Spike is a really good singer. He's a really, really good. He's one of the best punk singers out there. Like just truly,
he's a good punk singer for sure.
One of the best punk singers out there. And he is now carrying this band because if he wasn't able to sing the way he does, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes wouldn't be able to do the gimmicky stuff that they do because they rely on him so much to carry the band. And now he is finally carrying the band off of Our Drag, off of Blow in the Wind, and then right into Johnny's Bar Mitzvah. Spike is now carrying this band because behind him he's a slew of supergroup punkers, but they're not like masters at their craft. They're just really good. But Spike is a fucking master at his craft. And the first Gimme song that I ever heard was I'll Be There, the cover of I'll Be There. Mm-hmm. And that has like the interpolation of the Cars intro, whatever song that is. I don't care because it's dumb. But that was the first,
a lot too.
Yeah, which I absolutely love. It's so cool.
I like it too.
And like the more music I listen to just in my life and then go back to these records, the more I pick up on too.
Yeah, I could see that.
I really dig it. Like at some point they do like a Black Flag. I think they do 6-pack or they do whatever the
I've got a 6-pack and nothing to do.
Stupid. Ron, the way Ron says it is so stupid. I love it. Nothing to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. But my favorite on this is Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is really good because, again, much like Cabaret, it's not like a punk song. It doesn't start off like a punk song. They're spitting in jugs, right? They have the little jugs going. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, man. I love it so much. I love Take a Break.
It is really good. Like I said, none of these records are bad. They're all good. But
I listened to Take a Break 3 times this week.
Really? Holy shit.
Dude, I fucking love it so much. It's so good.
This was actually a pretty hard week. Outside a couple records, this was a pretty difficult week for the rankings for me because they're all just like the same. It's all the same shit. It really is all the same. I think we're just like,
it's all about nostalgia. Like we're nitpicking based off of the songs that we like. Because if they're doing a bunch of songs from a band that we don't know, then the album's going to suck.
Yeah, that's true.
It literally comes down to, which is why Johnny's Bar Mitzvah is so unique in itself.
That's so funny. I'm excited to get into that one. Yeah. Okay, so my number 2 is Are We Not Men? We Are Diva. This is my favorite. I was surprised coming along. This one really stood out to me just as much as Bar Mitzvah, which is obviously my number one. But I don't know if it's because of the songs I knew so well, or I feel like this is like outside of the live record, this is like them being the goofiest that they've ever been. Like they just don't give a shit at this point, and they just do the dumbest stuff, and they do the dumbest songs. I mean, my favorite song, I have two favorites because they're just so straight up, the Paula Abdul cover, because that chorus is so catchy, but it's so bad. It's so dumb and childish and lame and all that stuff. My second favorite is My Heart Will Go On, because they just say the same thing over, like the last like minute is them saying the same line over and over again. They're just repeating it. And I was just laughing so hard when I was listening to it. And then the Christina Aguilera song is really good. The beautiful, the Cher song, he even threw the auto-tune on for that one. Like every song on this has their own touch to it. It's not just them kind of going through the motions of playing like a punk version or kind of punk version. They're very subtle with how they make fun of things, and it works so well, especially on this record. I think this record is really good, and I would definitely get this on vinyl. For sure, absolutely get this on vinyl. I thought it was fantastic. I think the record's really good.
Dude, Grace has this for like $16 all day long.
Oh, fuck, I'll get it. Next time you go to Grace, pick it up. Pick it up, I'll get it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is a really solid record. It's so much fun. It's so bad. So fucking bad. And then to start out the album with I Will Survive. Come on. It's so great.
I don't know. After like doing the Cake episode that week, the I Will Survive version that Cake did, and then this one, it's I don't know. It's hard to not listen to either the original or listen to Cake's version.
It's great. So that's my number 2.
Okay.
So obviously our number 1s are the same with Ruin Johnny's Bar Mitzvah.
Yeah, untouchable.
Yeah. So we'll get into that. So stay tuned for the main episode. It should be a fun one, even though we've done the record before. So
we have?
We have done. Yes, we have.
When?
A long, long time ago in the old format, but we'll talk about that later. So go to Apple Podcasts, go rate, review, and subscribe to us on there. Follow us on social media at Asinine Radio. Thank you all for listening. And that's it. That's all.
Sneaky boy.